Emily was an ordinary girl living in a small town. She moved into a new house with her parents after her grandmother's death, and now they have a huge old mansion. The house had many antique items, and the most captivating one was a huge antique mirror in the hall on the second floor. Its frame was decorated with intricate carvings, and the surface of the mirror was perfectly smooth, as if the glass knew no time. One evening, Emily decided to take a closer look at the mirror. She approached it and saw her reflection, but something was off. It seemed that her reflection was looking at her more intensely than she herself. She stood there for a few minutes and then, shaking her head, went to sleep. The next day, coming back from school, Emily stopped in front of the mirror again. She looked at it, and suddenly it seemed to her that the reflection smiled at her with a strange and sinister smile. Emilia jumped back, but the mirror already looked normal. She decided it was just her imagination. Emily woke up in the middle of the night to a faint rustling sound. She looked around and saw that the door to her room was slightly open. There was a person standing behind the door. It was hard to make out their face in the dark, but Emily felt a cold horror run through her body. The person slowly stepped forward, and Emily saw her own face. It was her, but with the most sinister expression she had ever seen in the mirror. Emily jumped out of bed and ran to the door. When she opened it, there was no one there. The girl quickly turned on the light and surveyed the room, but everything was in its place. She decided it was just a bad dream and went back to sleep. A few days passed, and the oddities continued. Emily started noticing that her reflection in the mirror sometimes moved when she was standing still. One night she woke up to a sound, as if someone was knocking from inside the mirror. She approached it and saw her reflection smiling back at her. This time it spoke. "Help me, I'm trapped in here." Emily felt her heart stop. She didn't know what to do. Volos continued, "We need to switch places. That's the only way to free me." The girl shook her head and ran downstairs to her parents. She told them what had happened, but they didn't believe her and blamed everything on her imagination. At night, Emily heard the rustling again. She got out of bed and, trembling with fear, walked to the mirror. Her reflection was there again. She looked angry and threatening. Time and glass whispered as the reflection stretched its hand through the glass. Emily tried to back away, but a hand grabbed her wrist and forcefully pulled her into the mirror. She felt her body pass through the cold glass and found herself on the other side. Her reflection stood before her, but now it wasn't a reflection. It was the real Emily, and she was trapped. Emily turned to the mirror and saw her new self entering her world. The little girl was shouting and banging on the glass, but no one heard her. She was locked in the mirror forever, while her evil reflection lived her life, smiling at her parents, friends, with the same sinister expression she had seen the first time.